questions and attestations. This is going to be the one where you have to answer all these questions that will either qualify or disqualify you from getting a license. So you better answer yes to most of these questions. I'm not going to go through and, well, maybe I should. I'm going to go ahead and read these to you just in case you're looking at on your phone and you can't read this tiny print. These are all the questions and attestations that you have to read. And I'm going to you need to move my big head closer to the screen so I can read it. Do you attest that the purported facility location complies with all the location requirements? Do you attest that no individual subject to analysis for a disqualifying felony offense has a disqualifying felony offense? Do you attest that all individuals subject to analysis for a disqualifying felony offense will submit fingerprints? Everybody, if you win a license, you have to submit a fingerprints anyway. The state's going to do a little background check on you. Have any individuals subject to analysis for a disqualifying offense be previously submitted fingerprints? They're really interested in that. Do you attest that the applicant entity does not have an owner who is an owner of an existing medical, comprehensive, or other micro business license? Right there, it's saying if you have interest in another cannabis facility or micro business, you shouldn't be on this application. Do you attest that the applicant entity is not and will not be under substantially common control, ownership, or management as a testing facility? Which would create a little conflict of interest if you're growing cannabis and testing it, or selling it and testing it. Do you attest that the entity, which includes an individual holding ownership interest on this application, is not also holding ownership interest in another micro business application submitted in the same application time period pursuant to blah, blah, blah? And they list all the places in the Constitution or the law where those regulations are listed, so you can look it up if you want to. Do you attest that the entity is not or will not be owned by an affected entity that holds a contract with the state of Missouri related to the department's marijuana program? Another conflict of interest question. Do you attest that all marijuana product produced, manufactured, and sold by the licensee or is or will be originated from marijuana grown and cultivated in the licensed Missouri facility? Do you attest that any tetrahydrocannabinol, such as THCA, Delta 8, or Delta 10 in marijuana product manufactured or sold by the licensee will be derived from marijuana cultivated in Missouri legally? Do you attest that the space utilized by the applicant entry for the facility operations is or will be approved by the department pursuant to blah, blah, blah? And it has to be. You have to get a commencement inspection before you can start operations. Do you attest that all required employee training is or will be completed? Do you attest that all final marijuana product is or will be compliantly packaged and labeled? Do you attest that all marijuana product is or will be transferred appropriately? Do you attest that the applicant entity is or will be in compliance with all applicable state, local, and federal requirements? They want to know if you're going to follow the law. Do you attest that the information provided in this application is true and correct? Once you have that all nailed out there, you put your little name and date down there and click save and next, and you are done on this one.